Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome to a kind of league discussion but on a individual topic. How have I suddenly been climbing? So some people have noticed that, hey Huzz, in the last couple of weeks you've kind of gone from, well, you were Diamond 3 and you're suddenly like, boom, Diamond 1. What happened? And, some people would always say sometimes that, rating could be, it's a luck streak or whatever, or a massive win streak. If you've noticed, we haven't been on a massive win streak, basically ever. We've just been winning more than we've been losing just. So if you actually look here, solo queue, we've actually got a 65% win rate in my last 20 games. So it's not like I've got a 80% win rate and we're just having a really lucky streak. There are losses intertwined quite often. But I actually wanted to make this video because there are very big topics that I can break down to why I think I've climbed. And obviously I'm hoping that we're going to continue the climb, and I'm hoping we will make that, the M, I don't want to say the word, but I'm hoping we'll get there, in the way that I'm playing at the moment. If I continue playing at the same rate I am, I think we will. If I'm honest, I don't see anything slowing me down unless I just get very unlucky with inters and trolls. And again, we've had those, even with this climb recently. I've posted some of them on Twitter. We still get those even in Diamond 1 and stuff like that. We had a rage quitting Riven not too long ago. Where would have that been? Oh, here. That Riven rage quit. It was like an awful game, and then she fed, I think, the Mundo, and then they got really fed and then killed me, and she just rage quit. You can see the game lost in 16 minutes. So rage quits still happen. That's the kind of crazy thing. So I think if I'm uploading this correctly, you would have seen this episode earlier today or yesterday. I'm going to make sure I upload this video after that video comes out because I don't want to spoil it, because obviously that was quite a good game on Renekton, and that was a weird game because I wasn't really tryharding. We were kind of just chilling that game, getting really fed, and I think that is part of it. So let's get into the actual topics of why I think I've gone up in rating. 1. Pressure. The pressure on me, oddly, doesn't feel very high right now. I'm quite comfortable in ranked. I don't feel pressured. The rating right now, Diamond 1 and that, I feel fine in. I'm having good performances. I'm having meh performances. I'm just playing solo queue. It doesn't feel like basically any harder than I've been dealing with for me personally. And that's a really good sign. So when you're really tryharding and you're finding the games are still difficult, then maybe that rating is a bit too high for you. I'm just chilling in this rating. If you're just chilling in a rating and you have good performances, or you can always be useful, big thumbs up. That's great. So that's number 1. I just don't feel much pressure on me right now. Number 2, and again, that's one thing that you can kind of get with time. I've never felt pressured, to be honest, in ranked, because that's, ranked's my normal games, Number 2 is I stopped playing on the Smurf. Now, I actually think this is quite a big one that I don't want to underestimate. So we always do Smurf series, and generally we do a Smurf series throughout the season, and then by the time that I'm like, right, the Smurf series is done, I want to try hard on the main account now, it's too late and the season's coming to a close. So playing on the Smurf does a couple things. So the first thing, again, obviously, you're playing less games on your main account, so you're going to, in theory, be able to climb less on the main account. The bigger thing with Smurfs, though, and to me, it's just hugely evidence-based of me personally, it depends how you play your Smurf, but if you're something like, a TF Blade or something like that you're try-harding, you've got your champion pool, that's what you're sticking to, it won't affect you to Smurf that much because you'll just climb very quickly, and we might be doing that with Rush to Diamond in the next couple months. The way that I Smurf is actually a bad thing for my main account. So when we're on my Smurf, I play crazy amounts of champions in 4 different roles, playing different champions every single game. So for consistency, that's terrible. For being better at the game, that's terrible. And when you're playing half of your games on a Smurf account, not your main, yeah, half of your games you're basically getting no practice in whatsoever, so you get sloppy. Your farm gets worse, your mechanics get worse because it's going down to that level. Instead of when we're playing only on the main account, my mechanics have to go up because we're playing at Diamond 1, Diamond 2. If I play at like the mid-platinum level, you'd get owned. So yeah, like that, I think very much a big reason why we actually have climbed as well is because we've stopped playing on the Smurf. And some people, I've seen it a little bit here and there. When's the Smurf coming back? I don't know, honestly. I think the content has got better since I've stopped playing on the Smurf. I think people are enjoying the main account a bit more at the moment. So there is no plans right now to bring it back. I'll definitely play one game on it, you know, per month if it goes that long. I don't think it will, but I reckon probably maybe July. I think we'll have a month more of focusing on the main account. I know I said before it was just going to be a week. It's now been 2, and I don't think I regret it, and I don't think the audience is missing the Smurf content, to be honest. I think some people are just curious. I think this content is just simply better, and it's of a higher caliber. Like, the Smurf series to me is at its best when it's just starting. That's when I can be the most educational, because I've got to focus on gameplay the least. But when you're getting to the hell, I don't want to say ELO hell, but the hell rating of like high platinum, low diamond, especially nowadays in Season 9 when they've mucked it up, it is just awful. It is, in my opinion, the worst rating to be in League of Legends. So that just isn't fun. So yeah, that's number 2 reason. Number 3 reason is my health. So without getting obviously too much into detail, a lot of you know my health history, that for the past 6 roughly years, maybe even a bit longer here and there, I threw up daily. So literally I woke up and the first thing I did was throw up. Like, you know, hand on heart, promise, that is literally how I spent my last few years. And weirdly, the earlier I woke up in the day, the worse it was. So that also led me to have a very unhealthy lifestyle of waking up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon to avoid throwing up badly. You know, that just wasn't good. You know, you're waking up, throwing up, you're in a bad mood, you go on stream, you have some bad games, boom, you're in a bad mood, a really bad mood, when obviously the game and stuff is supposed to be fun. So obviously we've been to private health a few months ago. I'm now on medic. I had the camera down my throat, literally had the screen, and I was watching it happen. I didn't get any, you know, anesthesia or whatever. I just had a spray in my throat, and that's it. And I could watch what they were doing, which was really interesting. But I'm on medication 2 times a day. It's quite powerful. It does have some side effects, but it's not as bad as what I've had to deal with. And my general mood is improving. Like, vastly, it's improving day by day. Maybe not day by day, but like every week I'm kind of like, I feel a bit happier, which is awesome. And that, I think, is reflected in me playing better in the video game that I'm supposed to really like. You know, a lot of people go, people have said it for ages, you know, a few months ago, do you really like League? Like, you know, it doesn't seem like that. Was just me in a bad mood, like, all the time. And trust me, it sucked for me to be in a bad mood all the time. But it just happens, you know, what can you do? So that, I think, is another reason that we're climbing. You know, to me, it's uncanny that if you look at the tier graph here, and you go into daily, this is like a span of what, just over a week. So we were in Diamond 3, low Diamond 3 at one point, and then I started the medication, and then it was around here, I think. This is when I started the medication. So we're in high Diamond 2 there, we tilted, and I think we actually went all the way down to Diamond 4, but on the same day or the same week or something, I got back up to Diamond 3. And then it was around here I started taking the medication, and then you can just see, whoop. Like, I don't think that's a coincidence either. I do think that's part of it. So the lesson from that, of you guys watching this at home, is if you do have any lingering health issues, get them sorted. Not just for League of Legends, obviously, but in things in general. Like, and I promise, I have a general happier sense right now than I have for the past few years, which is awesome. So that's cool. And then the final thing, which is gameplay wise, is I sat down when I stopped the Smurf series. In all honesty, maybe I should have made it into a video. But what I did was I sat down and was like, right, how and who am I going to use to climb? So I went on my profile. So I went on this, op.gg, and I went on League of Graphs. And what I did was look at my champions that I had a record history that I was doing well on. And so what down here, there's roles on League of Graphs. And what I ended up looking at was, if you look here, obviously I've got more top games than mid. A couple weeks ago, they were about the same. But I looked at the win rates, and I was like, so your personal win rates don't lie. So my support, I've only played 2 games of support this season, because again, high rating autofill is not really a thing. I've won both. My AD carry's okay. My jungle's pretty bad, and I completely understand that, because jungle has changed since I played it. There's different paths, ganking routes, and I just don't know them, so avoiding jungle. But when I came to my 2 main roles, and again, going to solo queue, which that changes some things randomly. Oh, my flex games mainly must be in flex with friends. But this made me go, my top lane win rate was around 4% more than my mid lane. My mid lane's like, it's solid, it's nearly 51%, and you'll climb with a 51% win rate in a role or overall, but it's slow. With a 54% win rate, you are climbing significantly faster. So I just changed the direction of my play in solo queue. I was like, okay, so I'm going to pick top lane. I'm just going to embrace that. For the whole season, people have been hearing me go, I want to play mid, but it keeps giving me top. I've just embraced top lane now. You guys are seeing me play top lane more than mid. So I am now legitimately a top lane main. That's fine. Mid lane is obviously my second role, but top lane is what I'm queuing up for primary. What I then did was then look at my champions, and again, remember this data is current. So a few weeks ago, I looked at the data and I was like, right, what are some champions that I could play? At the time, Jace had around 12 games or so. The Darius was there. They had positive win rates, and all I was looking for, I wasn't looking for like this 75% win rate, because some people are like, why aren't you playing Kale 75% win rate? Because I know Kale's a bit iffy in solo queue. I was looking for picks that, one, primarily I enjoyed playing. Two, were relatively strong. I didn't want to pick a weak champion. And three, I was good at. It didn't have to be a 75% win rate, but even like, as we said earlier here, a 54% win rate on my role, that's all I was looking for, around 55%. And at the time, my Jace had about a 60%, and we've maintained that with obviously playing more games. My Darius has maintained, so like, it's just maintaining. And I think another thing, and I can't, ignore it, Riot did fix partially some of Diamond. Diamond is still, honestly, the most broken role rating in the game right now. It's got the most people in Diamond 4 and the low Diamond that there's ever been. Like, if you actually put it in percentages, if you look here, I'm in low Diamond 1 right now. I'm in the top 0.28% of the server. If you were in Diamond 1 in previous seasons, you'd be in the top 0.1% of your server. So they have significantly made more people in high rating and stuff like that, which I'm not a massive fan of, but that's just the way it's going to be. But Riot themselves did fix the MMR a little bit for people that did deserve their MMR to get fixed. You're sitting on a 55% win rate and you're losing more LP than you're gaining. You're like, what the hell's going on? Some people's MMR apparently just didn't get fixed, and I'm guessing those are the people that had the negative win rates. But for people that like solidly had positive win rates, yeah, our MMR got fixed. So right now, even in Diamond 1, I'm gaining 17 or 18, losing 16. And that is completely fine with me. To even if I was gaining 16, losing 16, that's okay with me as well. Because again, when you're looking at an overall win rate, I've got an overall of 53, but recently I've got in the 60s. You're still going to climb with having a neutral MMR. And obviously, the more you win when you have a neutral MMR, it will slightly go favoured into then it knows you should climb, so it will give you more positive MMR rewards. So as for champions, again, some people blew out a proportion of how many Jace games I've played. He's really useful in places. Like, we last season used a lot of Malzahar. Jace, in a weird way, is my Malzahar this season, but obviously for top lane, Jace is flexible in matchups. He necessarily doesn't win all matchups like a Malzahar, but you can play in most. There are very few champions that will just absolutely crush you as Jace, unless you just play dumb and you walk into people. But like, if a Aatrox and Aurelia, they beat you really badly, yeah, if you walk up to them, you'll get killed, but you can play smart, stay in ranged form, play safe, you can still be useful. And that's why, like, again, generally, Jace has been used as my blind pick, unless the enemy top lane has got picked. I'm like, ooh, Jace is really good against this. But generally, he's been my blind pick. And again, I don't really include champion selects anymore. Because I just don't think they offer too much, if I'm honest. But if you watch the stream, it's uncanny how many times I'm blind picking in top lane, or even in mid. I blind pick a lot, and that's why Jace has just been useful to me. So I am obviously always looking for more champions. Jace just did get hit by a nerf. You would have seen, this game. This game was quite hard. We did obviously get camped a lot, but Riven is a tough matchup for Jace. And before the nerf, that matchup would have been easier in that game. So obviously getting camped didn't help, but also the nerf hurt him as well. So I'm on the fence at the moment. Am I going to continue playing Jace? Maybe a little bit, but I'm definitely not going to be playing a lot of him like again, we haven't played that much, but he's definitely going to calm down for me. I think what happened basically about a week ago, I again, it just depends what commentaries I've got. I don't record all my videos on the same day. So if I'm playing on a Monday, I have Tuesday off, have a game on Wednesday. I'm not thinking on the Wednesday, what did I last play on the Monday? And what happened was, I think 3 games of Jace ended up being back to back to back, which was never intended, but that's just the way that it worked out. Again, those games, all the way back, you still hear there's 2 games of Jace in a row. I really don't play 2 games or 3 games of the champion in a row. That's still nothing what I really do. I don't enjoy doing that. So you are still seeing me jump on different champions pretty much every single game. But right now I am searching for more champions because I do want to make the push to the M. But yeah, just playing smart. Not doing anything flashy. The Renekton game arguably is my best performance recently. The other Jace one was really good. This one was really good on Jace too. So we're having them, but that's not the type of player. And I think that's, again, you occasionally see it in the comments going, how is he climbing? He's not doing any of the crazy stuff. That's what a lot of the LoL community has in their mind, what climbing is. They watch someone like Yasuo or TF Blade or someone like that who plays the aggro bruisers and goes for very risky plays. It works, sure, but the flip side of that coin is they'll have a game that they wreck face, and it's like, whoa. And then the next game, they could have a terrible game that they feed. It's actually very rare for me to feed like crazy. Like, in all these games, you can see negative win rates here, but negative win rate with 80% kill participation. That must have mean we're doing okay. There's a Darius game that I think that was the game that this guy and this guy had both over 10 deaths. Again, I don't make this stuff up, and I know some people sometimes kind of go, is he telling the truth? I am. So you can see, again, this isn't BMing this guy particularly. I'm just kind of proving that I don't make stuff up. Everything that I say is legit. Right, so there I am, Huzzy, 3-11-3, great, with under 100 farm. And then this guy, the same guy in that match, wait for it, looking for me... There I am, Huzzy, 12 deaths. So again, I don't make it up. Like, we are getting people that feed like crazy, but that's the cool thing about me is I don't feed. I very rarely feed. And if you ever see a negative KD, it's usually for a reason, which is good. If there should always be a reason that you're having a bad game. So yeah. So over my last 7 days as well, I've started to pick up Kennen more. So hopefully people enjoy Kennen. You can see I've played 7 games of Jace, 2 losses, 5 wins. So obviously doing quite well. But yeah, 100% win rate on Kennen, 100% win rate on Shen, 50-50 on Darius and Poppy, 1 win on Silas, 1 win on Renekton. And this game on Renekton, it might make me play him a bit more. If it's a matchup that I can abuse, I'm pretty sure I picked into an Aatrox because that's what I wanted. Aatrox is a lane bully that scales, and Renekton is the lane bully of melee champions. So again, my weakness at the moment, I would say, is champions like Aatrox and Aurelia. Well, that's where a Renekton could come in use. Obviously, the risk of that is if you don't do anything in the early game and they, just farm, they will outscale you, but you can always be useful on Renekton. You can be beefy, build tanky, you don't have to build full damage. And even, the Spear of Shojin Conqueror build has made his late game not as bad. You're still going to get outscaled by like an Aurelia, but it's not terrible. You can definitely kill an AD carry in most games. So yeah, that's pretty much like how I've climbed. And I just thought I'd put this down in a video in case some people are interested. So yeah, the basics, focus on the main account more, not on the Smurf. Narrow the champion pool and accept a singular lane, basically. Still playing a bit of mid lane, but predominantly top, because, you can get top lane every single game. If you queue as top and mid, or top as jungle, whatever, you're getting top basically every single game in high rating, because top lane is the least played role in high rating. I know that's weird and funny, but yeah. I think it goes mid, jungle, AD carry, support, top. So yeah, there's more support players. That's why this year I've only played 2 support games, and those were both autofills. So yeah, really it's the case of trying more, but being smart about it, picking smart champions, narrowing the champion pool, which I've said all the time. So if you're somebody that has always watched the channel for a vast amount of champions, maybe don't watch the channel for the next couple of weeks, months. That's fine. I want to try and get that M, and that's my main priority at the moment. We've never got it before. I'm kind of feeling it right now. Life's good at the moment. My health is improving. Happiness is improving. We're climbing. So let's go for it, right? And I'm just going to continue playing the way that I am over the next few weeks at least. Again, maybe, there'll be less Jace because he got nerfed, but then maybe I play more Renekton or I play more Darius for a span of time. So yeah, that's going to be it though. Let me know what your tricks are to climbing. If you're having success at the moment, let me know. I'd like to hear. And yeah, if you're happy that we're doing this type of thing, like, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.